Hey, everybody, this is your host, James, and I'm coming to you with another episode of Florida Lifestyle Group podcast. And today we're here with Mr. David, Mr. Boombostic, and he's joining us today to tell us about his lifestyle experience as being a Florida lifestyler and as also he's a single male. So, hey, tell us what you got going on, David. Tell us your background and a little bit about yourself.
Not much. 54-year-old guy, living down here in South Florida, loving it. Been in the lifestyle for I want to say 2.5, almost 3 years now. Initially as part of a married couple, and now as a single male, and have just been kind of really enjoying myself. Taking part in lifestyle parties, resorts,
Okay.
um, clubs, and I've been on a cruise as well, so that's been a lot. It's been a lot of fun, and then just getting together with couples and singles as those kind of come about.
That's nice. That nice. So what influenced you into getting into the lifestyle? What was your
You
root,
know,
the root of the inspiration?
yeah, I had a friend of mine that I had known. This is maybe a decade or so back, but a buddy of mine that I knew who was in the lifestyle, and then he and I were good friends, and he had just asked me at the time if my wife and I kind of wanted to join him and his wife um, at a local club. And at the time, it wasn't that we weren't interested. We just, I'm sure as anybody who's listening to this podcast can go. Sometimes it's just not. The cards don't always align. The stars don't always
Mm.
line up. Work was stressful. We had a little, child at the time who's now grown, and it just didn't work out. But then, fast forward, a decade or so later, at the time, my spouse and I decided, just to spice things up. We had always had, a fun relationship, and we decided, hey, let's give this a shot. We talked about it years ago. Our child was now out of the house. He's in college, so it seemed like an ideal time, and we both got into it and jumped in like with both feet with ankles around our waists. It was like it was a no
Like
brainer.
real nervous. It was a real tense moment, basically,
No,
right?
initially it wasn't tense. It wasn't
Okay.
tense. Like
So
we,
what do you mean by the metaphor with the
like
weights on
like
your
like
feet?
like we just jumped right in. Like there was no,
Oh,
we
you
didn't.
sunk to the
Yeah,
bottom. Yeah, you did what me
yeah,
and my wife did. Yeah, head first.
yeah. All the way to, like all the way down, touch the
Yeah,
bottom, come back up.
Navy
Like
U.S. Marine style.
yeah, yeah, straight up Navy SEALs, bro. Like full buds. It was crazy. Um, like within we went to Trapeze for our birthdays, which are like 3 days apart in May.
Okay.
We went to Trapeze for the very first time on a Saturday. Had a She had a great time. I had a great time, although I couldn't perform because I was super nervous. There was a lot going on. I didn't know what I didn't know. Um, and yeah, that's kind of it's actually a really funny story, and it's a good story for guys who may be getting into the lifestyle
Yeah, if you
to
want
let
to
them know.
elaborate, go ahead.
So,
You got
all
the
right, so
floor. It's about you and your experience.
yeah, so we got into the lifestyle. We went, you know, I work in public safety, so I'm a firefighter. So
Okay.
I had worked the night before at a really busy night, and it was our birthday weekend. We were going to go that Memorial Day weekend, and I come home. I was already tired but excited to go. My brother and his girlfriend take us out for dinner. We have a few drinks at dinner. We come home. We get all dressed up. We're looking sexy. We have like a drink, like a clink. All right, here we go. We're about to get down and dirty and have a great time. We go to the club. We walk around. Have maybe like one other drink to calm, just to be social. Not to Don't get me wrong. I wasn't drunk by any stretch of the imagination, but we met this really sexy couple.
Right.
We hit it off right away. Um, I Oops, sorry about that.
No, you're
I
fine.
enjoy I enjoy seeing my wife um, with other people. That had always been a fantasy of mine, so I wasn't worried about that.
Yeah.
And her and this guy start making out super hot. Myself and his wife start making out super hot. We get into the playroom in trapeze. We lay down. We find like this big long couch. I could not get an erection to save my life. 'Cause, like, I could not get an erection to save my life. 'Cause, like, I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I was like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do?" And I'm like, "What 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 am I mean, I was doing all the things. I was like, come on, guys, today's your day.
Performance
Today's your chance.
anxiety, where you're just
Yeah.
stroking it and rubbing it and
And
bending it.
all the things, man, all the things. Praying. I was like throwing up to the old gods and the new. I was doing the whole Game of Thrones thing. I was praying to everything. And I just couldn't. I was tired. I was nervous. There was so much overstimulation going on. I'd
Yeah,
had a little bit too much to drink. At the time, this was new for me, so I didn't really know about. Well, I mean, I knew about Viagra and Cialis, but I never had any type of erectile dysfunction issues. Right? This
right,
was this was pure mental, not physical.
right.
So I didn't know what I didn't know. Meanwhile, this guy that of the male half of the couple that we were with was putting in like a game 7 all-star performance. He was just like behind the back through the leg, like
Hey,
dunks.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
I noticed that. Ain't it's crazy when you don't have the erection? It's like the man. I only ran into one time when another guy had the same problem, but usually the guy don't have that problem with your wife. He's nailing the shit out of her. Why?
100. I don't and
Why you over here trying to do something with his, but you're like
I don't know if he's like, yo, man, I'm sorry this is not working out for you, but I'm about to make some
demolish
memories
her.
for you. Yeah, I'm about to make some memories, man. So sorry about sorry about your day.
Yeah,
And
that's
now,
part of the
now,
game, though, man.
yeah. So now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me. For me, it was super hot to watch, and
Right.
not to leave his wife out. I did the best that I could with the tools that I had available. I went down on her,
Yeah.
and which I love to do. Like going down on women is like I love that. That's like my go-to start off game.
Right.
Um, you know, manually, digitally stimulated her and stuff like that. But obviously, she wanted penetration, so I did feel really bad. But it was super hot to watch this guy with my wife. We had a great night. The night kept going, and I mentioned this story a little bit because I know for a lot of guys they get into the lifestyle and the the fantasy doesn't always match. Like you expect it to match with the
The
reality,
reality. Right.
and it doesn't always.
Yeah.
So guys will go there thinking they're gonna knock it out of the ballpark, and they're gonna be a stud, or they're gonna do whatever, and sometimes they are. But I caution friends of mine who are getting into the lifestyle: be prepared to go, whether you're just doing it you and another couple, or you and a single guy, or however it is you get into the lifestyle. And I say this for both men and women: be prepared to watch your significant other make sounds and potentially do things with someone else that they never made with you.
That they never made with you. Right. I mentioned that to guys before too. They like guys would be like, man, how did you watch your wife just take it like that with other men? Like what if he does it better or something? I'm like, that's part of the situation. Like the whole experience is for her to have something different or, that I don't do. A
Like,
lot of
so
guys can do the
and
fountain of youth. They be like, whack, 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 whack. I'm like, I cannot
yes,
do that for the
I've heard
love of
guys
me,
say,
man.
yes, I've heard guys say, what if this dude, like, I don't know if I could use spicy language on the
Yeah,
on the
yeah, go
podcast.
ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if what if this guy fucks my wife better? I'm like, you want this guy to fuck your wife better, bro. That's why we're here. That's
You
why
want
we're here.
it's like going to a theme park. You want somebody to go to a theme park and not enjoy it.
Right.
You
Right.
want her to have fun, man. That's what this thing is
Right.
about.
Right. Do you want to go to Universal Studios and have some guy push your girl around in a shopping cart on the path? No. You want your girl to go on the double loop de loop thing that
Yeah,
spins her around, and she comes off of that ride wobbling. Like, you want her wobbling when she comes off that ride. And if that's not if you don't have that mindset, then I don't know, man. Have a come to Jesus moment, because like
yeah.
that's what you're here for. Like
And on the
I'm in this.
opposite way too, vice versa. Like it's about the compersion.
Yes, it is
Definitely is.
about compersion. It's about the
Definitely
compersion.
is,
Like, you
man.
want to see your partner have pleasure. Women want to see their men have pleasure. Men, you want to see your women have pleasure. Yes, I want to have a great time too, but
Right.
I derive enjoyment from watching my partner have enjoyment.
Yeah.
Um, that was like, that was our beginning story. And we went on parties, we went to house parties, we went on a bliss cruise, which was amazing. That was wild.
Okay. That's
Um,
one of my goals is to take me and my wife
well,
onto a Bliss cruise, man. There I see they be booked up for like 2 years in advance as well.
because they're so much fun. There's there's so much. Let me let me tell you what, man. I went on a bliss cruise in April of last year,
Okay.
and it was a 5 day cruise. The people that I met on that cruise in 5 days, I'm still friends with to this day. I've had
Oh, that's
friends that I
awesome.
talk to, people that I talk to weekly. Matter of fact, I'm going up. I'm going to New Orleans in August to meet with a couple that I met on that cruise.
And see, that's the great thing about the lifestyle is how people could network with each other and find different people that's similar to them in their in like real life, but they're part of the lifestyle. you know
Exactly.
so you can share all those similarities together, and that's the beauty about this lifestyle culture. I'm so glad to be part of the culture, man. That's why I started the merch and everything, and it's just
No, no,
I love the culture.
I do too. Like I've just like I have friends that we talk, you can talk about everything, and we have all these conversations. It's like you have like your regular, it's so funny how we segregate them out, like your vanilla friends and then your spicy friends, right? So like I kind of say, I'm like, I have vanilla friends, I have French vanilla friends, because they're kind of like a little spicy, but
I
not
like
really.
that one. Excuse me, French vanilla. I
I
like
got
that
like
one.
yeah, I got like French vanilla friends, and then I got like my full like Baskin Robin friends, right? Like I could, and my Baskin Robin friends are my lifestyle
Baskin Robbins,
friends, and you can talk about anything like
the Dairy
cake,
Queen
this,
friends.
yeah, straight up Dairy Queen friends, man. You could throw it all out, and it's funny, like, look, my vanilla friends they're my friends from way back when, right? They're the people that you grew up with, that you've known or whatever.
Yes,
And some of
correct.
them right? And some of them you may kind of like read into the program. Like my best friends who aren't in the lifestyle know that I'm in the lifestyle.
Right. Or
Um,
some might become French vanilla.
exactly, exactly, right?
I got
But
that
they're
term down.
but they're never those Dairy Queen Baskin Robin friends, right?
Right,
They're never the ones that you could just talk about really about all the crazy wild things that you like to do. So
right.
and it's good having that mix, right?
And
So
especially when you have the lifestyle, if you have any lifestyle complications or challenges, that's a better word for it. If you have any lifestyle challenges, they'll understand them
yes,
more often.
yes,
Yes.
and it's good. Yeah, it's good to be able to because everybody has, just like life, everybody has different experiences, right? So you
Hmm.
could talk to someone in the lifestyle, and they'll say, "Well, I got ghosted or I got
Yep.
catfished."
Yep.
And you're like, "Okay, I have too. This is how I handled it. Tell me how you handled it." And oh, okay, the way you handled it is a little bit better than maybe how I've handled it. So I'm going to
Right.
take right, like uh, because the object isn't and look, for some people, maybe they decide to take a break from the lifestyle, and that's not a bad thing. But some people, they have an experience and they don't know how to handle it, and because of that they want to pull back. But there are times where I'll tell them, hey, look, there's a way for you to still continue to do this thing that you love or enjoy, and avoid these unfortunate situations, like being ghosted or being catfished or whatever. And this is the way to do it. And once you share that experience with them, they know they're not alone.
Right.
um and then they know they now have an extra like tool in their toolbox to kind of better manage their relationships inside the lifestyle, and it feels good.
And that's why I like to interview all you different guys from Florida, because it shows all these different journeys and all these different backgrounds. Like you're the second single male so far that's on the podcast, and I'm not excluding nobody. Single
Right.
male, single female, couples, older, younger. It doesn't matter about the stereotype. It's about the culture and how everybody could find somebody. By interviewing everybody in Florida, I figured that everybody will wind up finding someone that relates to them that that can help them on their journey, because we all different, and we all have different experiences, and we all have different backgrounds. Like somebody might be like, "Oh, I can't be a lifestyle. I'm a firefighter." You'd be like, "Man, I was a firefighter."
Right.
So
Right.
it's like you gotta think this is gonna help unite people, and that's my main objective with Florida Lifestyle, is to unite everybody to gain understanding from help with everybody. That's why I do the Q&A every Wednesday. I
Right.
drop
And
one,
I
just something simple, even if it's like 2 minutes, like just answering a question that somebody may have online.
Yeah, there's no bad questions because I have a lot of people, who are like, well, I don't want anybody to find out what, that I'm doing this.
Well,
And I have two answers to that. One is you're not doing anything wrong. So I need you to kind of like come and shed that and I don't say this like with
yeah,
any sort of
the
alleviation.
shame. It's like a shame, right?
Yeah, it's
Because
mononormativity
it's like
that
your
people have.
preference. Long as you're not pushing it on nobody, you're not doing nothing freaking wrong for
Yes.
being who you are.
Yes. As long as you're doing it with consent and like some compassion
Right.
and you're not hurting anyone or hurting yourself, then let your freak flag fly. Like don't worry about that, right? Let just be the freak that you want to be. Because like the person that the people that you're worried if they find out, I'm like, girl, boy, they're closet freaks too. They just wish somebody would pull them out of the closet for a hot minute. Everybody got that dog in them. Everybody's got that dog in them,
You making me tickle up so much.
you know? So, and then the other thing is that I say like you can get into the lifestyle and be discreet. It is possible for people to and I've had wonderful experiences with like people who were judges, doctors, um, in politics, in
Correct.
education, high up in education, people who were high up like CEOs and COOs in corporations.
Same here.
And
Correct.
yeah, and it's very easy to be discreet. Like it's like I don't. There's no. This isn't about notches on bedposts or anything like that. You just you make you're building relationships with people
Yeah.
and maintaining and discretion is part of maintaining those relationships, and
Right.
that's an easy thing to do.
It's
um
definitely is.
right, and if they're like, oh, if what if we're out somewhere, I think the biggest question I get from someone is, well, what if I'm out in a club and I run into somebody I know? I'm like, okay, then you're both in that same club together,
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then
know
I
how
guess the cat's out the bag, right?
yeah, yeah, congratulations, you both freaks.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Oh, right, you're like, now and then, but if you like, let's just use an example. If myself, you, and your spouse were out like on a date, and we were out at a bar someplace, and like, well, what if we run into somebody that we know? I'm like, well, we're just three people having a conversation and sharing a drink and some appetizers.
Right.
But what do they know? They don't know anything,
Yeah.
right?
You know? Like
So
unless it's put on the forefront, nobody has no clue why y'all
right,
out on a drink and a date together. Right. It's
right,
no it's nobody business. Unless
yes,
you want it to be somebody business.
exactly. So it's so I tell people like because I have a friend of mine, uh, this woman that I spend time with, and her best friend and her boyfriend,
Hmm.
and the two of them were introducing them into the lifestyle a bit, and they have some trepidation, but we had a great weekend this past weekend. You
Nice.
know, went out, and it's very much, hey, just take your time. You're gonna have questions. Feel free to go as fast as the slowest person wants to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You could always speed up, and then you could always slow down.
Right.
Like it's not a race. Like, and I
Yeah.
I know
No
one of the
pressure.
things that, yeah, there's no pressure.
No
There's no
pressure.
pressure to like do all the things. I know I've met couples who are like, we've been in lifestyle for 4 years and we've only been with three couples.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It's a lot of couples. It's a lot of people like that.
Okay, that's awesome.
some people have different
Yeah,
dynamics when they just cook, or the woman just like to see the man with the woman. It's different type of dynamics to this thing.
yeah. And for some
Right.
people, it's not their whole identity, right? And
No.
I'm not saying it's not my whole identity either.
Right.
But again, like some people are like, look, I have a full time career. I'm going to school. We have kids. We have blah blah blah. This is just something I do on occasion for fun. This
Well,
is not
it's
something we.
the expression of love mostly. It's like just because
Mhm.
people want to be as most people in this lifestyle want to be spread. We're loving, so it's like you just want to be
Right.
loving and express it in the highest form, which is attraction,
Yes.
physical.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, just go have fun. Just go enjoy yourselves.
Awesome.
Tr- Don't
Now,
overthink it.
before I leave up out of here, I want to ask you one more question. When you listen to Florida, when you hear the words Florida Lifestyler, what does it mean to you?
Oh man, it just means just sexy fun. When I think of Florida lifestyle, I just warm weather, fun people, smiles. Just it just puts a smile on my face, like being a Florida lifestyler, being in the lifestyle in Florida. Um, I, I don't know. It's
Hey,
fun. Like
that's a
I could
good
never go
enough
back.
description, man.
I could not. I couldn't go back. Like there's no once I pulled the. I've seen behind the curtain already.
I know.
So
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you see how wild Florida could get to the max.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When the
There's
heat is
no
turned
there's
all the way up like it is today.
right. It's like a Morpheus thing, man. Like I can't take the blue pill. I can't go back and take the blue pill. Like I already took the red pill.
Right. Well, it was great talking to you, David, man. If you guys want to link up with David, Mr. Boombostic, I'm gonna put his link in the bio below so you guys can link with him on SDC, correct?
Absolutely.
Right. He's always looking for cool lifestyle friends to hang with. And we would definitely have like to have you on again in the near future too.
By all means, yeah. I'm you know me. Like we work through it. My schedule's flexible, so I'm always
Right, right.
available.
Same here. Yeah, we're busy men, but we work with it.
We work with it.
Well, it's good to see you, man. This is Florida, and this is our lifestyle. I'll check you later.
All right, be good, guys.
All right. See ya.
See you later.
Thank you.